Apparently there are a bunch of real-life Keystone motels in America. I wonder if any Steven Universe fans have specifically sought them out to visit. I know a lot of them left fake reviews with references to this episode. Don't do that. Fake reviews do bad things for businesses. Pearl is still on edge from last episode, that even Steven saying her name gets her to flinch. In the show, it's been at least a few days since last episode, so the aftermath has been lingering for a while. This is the only shot of the stools in this whole episode, and everything seems normal. Carry on.
I know Garnet's very upset with me, but I'm going to prove to her that she can trust me again.
Yeah, she's desperately trying to undo the damage she caused to Garnet's trust. The problem with trust is it's incredibly easy to break and nearly impossible to repair. Therein lies the plot of this episode, and the next couple episodes.
I'm sorry.
Who wants to go on a road trip?
It's hard to read the room when you haven't even entered the room yet. Also, hell yeah, road trip! This is the goofiest looking hand. It's a really weird perspective, and he's even doing the hand thing.
Well, I gotta drive over to the next state, Keystone.
You mean the Keystone State?
Right, the state named Keystone.
Yeah, real life places are named different things in this world. We learned that all the way back in So Many Birthdays with Aqua Mexico.
I met a guy on an internet message board who's selling car wash brushes for real cheap.
I love Greg being so into old school internet stuff. He is actually not why I started a forum, that was just coincidental. It's kind of a safe haven if I ever want to ditch Discord. Links to both of those are in the description. The forum's getting close to 100 users. Not active users, but we can fix that, right?
I don't like those brushes. They feel weird on your fur.
This is a callback all the way to Cat Fingers when Steven turned into a John Carpenter cat monster. I guess we haven't strayed too far from season 1 with the fusion monsters.
Well, do you like motels?
Probably.
I love this line. This is such Steven energy. That's the only way I can describe it. Greg holding Steven in one arm pisses me off unreasonably so. Steven's supposed to be turning 14 in 11 episodes. Nobody is picking up a teenager like this. I don't care who you are, and I don't care how small that teenager is. I can lift a second grader with one arm, no problem. I'd start to struggle if I had to pick up a fourth grader, even with two arms. And I've seen sixth graders bigger than me. I guess working at a school has given me a better frame of reference for how big kids of a certain age are.
It'll have a pool and free ice, and it's right next to the best diner in the world.
I'm coming too.
What?
No, why does Garnet gotta come along and ruin Greg's fun little road trip? The Steven's point of view rule is here to ruin some wholesome father-son moments. That's the reason Garnet has to come. She can't have any character development if Steven isn't present. I'll have some more to say about it later in the episode. This might be the worst instance of the point of view rule so far.
Road trip!
Road trip!
It does make me happy to see Steven get excited about things a normal kid would get excited about, even though he's a bona fide magical superhero at this point. It's good energy that balances out an otherwise bummer episode. I was gonna ask why Greg made Garnet sit in the back, but she wasn't exactly invited, so I think it's fair that she got left with a less comfortable looking option. Damn, they put this thing right on the border, it seems. Also, there are 16 parking spots and 16 rooms, I counted. Is 1-to-1 enough parking? I guess so. I haven't really thought about it until now, and only thought about it now for the hell of it.
Another great thing about motels, you can drive right up to your door.
Honestly, yeah, that's fucking cool. When you're exhausted from a long drive, you don't have far to walk. I've literally stayed in worse motels than this. This is cozy as hell. I love motels like this, man. They have so much character, and this episode reflects that perfectly.
Hey, do you mind holding down the fort till I get back?
Garnet using 100% of her brain power to stay fused long enough to give this thumbs up. I like that her hands are doing two different things here. It's a sign of what's to come.
I'm off to see a man about a tunnel brush. An internet man. If I'm not back in an hour, call the police.
Yeah, meeting up with strangers on the internet is always kind of sketchy. Makes me wonder how Craigslist and Facebook Marketplace and even all those dating apps got so popular. Are people just not afraid of axe murderers and Jack the Ripper types anymore?
Calm down. I don't feel like forgiving Pearl. Don't understand, we must. If you're not going to listen, then you can just go!
It's one of those internal fusion conversations that come up when a fusion is about to come undone. We've heard one of these in Keeping It Together, and now here. Interesting how it actually happened here, and not back when Garnet was being traumatized by weird Frankenstein fusion monsters. Yeah, it's Ruby and Sapphire. I'm actually not as excited as you might expect to see them again. These characters are kind of bland and one note on their own, at least in my opinion. I know that's definitely a hot take. These are fan favorite characters. I just like Garnet, and she can't be here if these two are here.
I know you're still upset.
Oh, so it's just me.
Of course not.
I think the other reason why I'm not exactly overjoyed about this is that they spend this whole episode bickering. By the end of this episode, about half of their screen time in the whole show is bickering. Next time we see them, it'll be better, though.
It's fusion, Sapphire! What's more personal to us than fusion?
There's a certain point in the show after season 2, but before season 5, that Garnet does kind of turn one note. She's just the fusion for a good portion of the show. It's nowhere near as bad as the first half of season 1, but most of Garnet's character development is in this season, which didn't give the writers a lot to do with her until, well, you know. Wait, Sapphire can fly? That's kind of cool. Both of these characters have powers on their own that Garnet doesn't get.
Nice to see you again?
Nice to see you too.
I kind of like Sapphire more in this dispute, mostly because she actually talks to Steven. I know they're both acting stupid in this, but she's marginally less stupid. Ruby and Sapphire have hot and cold powers respectively, but Garnet doesn't get those powers, with the idea being that the temperature balances out when they fuse. Garnet does get electricity powers, and I'm no physicist, at least not professionally, but I think that has something to do with the Peltier effect. Peltier? Peltier? I don't know, fucking French pronunciations. I love the colors in this pool scene. Swimming at night with all of the light coming from inside the pool is such an aesthetic. I love it. Steven with wet hair is kind of funny looking. I feel like I've seen cavemen drawn with hair like that.
You made a warm spot. Ah, a hot spot! Boiling!
Cartoon physics aside, there's something called a burn exposure chart that tells you how long it takes to get a second or third degree burn based on the temperature of the water. The highest those charts generally go is 155 Fahrenheit, where you'll get a third degree burn in 1 second. Water boils at 212 Fahrenheit, so Steven should have horrible burns all over his body. Chalk it up to him being a gem or cartoon physics, like I said.
Sapphire?
Hello, Stephen.
Are you doing okay?
I'm fine.
I like these ice crystal fractals. They look cool.
Hey, can you use your future powers to predict what channel I'd love the most?
43.
Damn it, one off and I could have played the clip. Ah, fuck it, I'll play it anyway.
42.
We can't stay mad at Pearl forever, and she can't stay mad at me forever, and then she'll come back and see that I'm right.
She's right that Ruby doesn't stay mad forever, but gems are basically immortal. They could stay mad at each other forever if they really felt like it. It's a miracle that they kiss and make up at the end of this episode at that time scale.
Sapphire? The toilet's frozen.
Where are Greg and Steven sleeping if the whole room is Arctic cold? Oh yeah, the van. Am I stupid?
Hey, Dad. How'd it go?
Well, he wasn't an axe murderer, so that was good.
What does that tone imply? He didn't kill you, you got the brushes. The way Greg delivers this line sounds suspicious.
He's not gonna like that it's square.
I love this line. Best joke in the episode. Second best Sapphire line in the show. You already know which one I'm putting in the top spot. Also kind of suspicious that all of these other lights are on, but Greg is the only one with a vehicle parked here. This state's got something fucky going on.
But hey, we can still have a good time.
Square pizza? What's wrong with this crazy state?
Son, there'll come a time in your life when you learn to accept all pizza.
Hell yeah, justice for Chicago pizza. And pineapple. Fuck you, I like pineapple on pizza. 70? Either this scene should be way louder with traffic sounds, or this speed limit is way too high for this road. Ever pause at the beginning of this scene and just look at what Steven is doing? Me neither, until now. What is that? I have some sympathy toward this poor waitress. She doesn't talk and we only see her face in one shot, but I can only imagine the look on it with what she's about to deal with.
What's the matter? Not hungry?
Gems don't need to eat, Dad.
Garnet likes to eat sometimes.
Does she? I still think that drink she had in Secret Team was like Schrodinger's beverage consumption. I've never seen Garnet eat anything, ever.
You're shaking the table.
Oh! I'm kind of surprised you felt anything at all, to be honest.
I didn't need to feel. I saw.
Man, this scene is kind of hard to watch. I think all of the petty bickering throughout this episode culminates into an awkward breakfast, punctuated by the lack of music. Nothing about this scene is fun or entertaining to me. Greg's doing his best to make this little excursion fun, but then these two fuckasses just have zero self-awareness about it.
Home's been awful. Here's been awful. I thought you wanted to have a fun time, but everyone's been acting awful too. It just came with us. I don't understand. Is it me?
Yes, actually. This is one of the biggest problems I have with the Steven's point of view rule. It's a fundamental rule of the show that any conflict between any character has to involve Steven, despite him having nothing to do with it. In instances like this, it brings him into these shitty disputes for absolutely no reason. It just feels bad to watch, incredibly mean-spirited. I get the theme this episode is trying to push, that conflicts affect the people around you. But I think it could have told that story without essentially punishing Steven for doing nothing wrong. Despite the show telling you otherwise, yes, this is all Steven's fault, for simply being here. I didn't notice it until she started crying, but Sapphire doesn't have a nose, and I think that's much weirder than her having only one eye. Fucking freaky looking.
That really was a great trip.
Can we go back?
Maybe one day, but not to that diner.
Don't tell me you dined and dashed. You paid for the damage, right? Right? Greg, you paid for the damage, didn't you? I'll be honest, I used to love this episode, but every time I come back to it, I enjoy it less and less. Maybe that's an unpopular opinion, but I think I've explained why I think that. This feels like two different stories that could have happened in separate episodes, one with Steven not present at all. But of course, that can't happen. Any stories like that can't happen. But I'll be the old man who yells at the cloud every time there's an episode which is worse because of Steven's presence. Also, I think it's worth mentioning, I think this is a filler episode. Garnet's character doesn't change from the beginning of this episode to the end. Same with Steven. They behave exactly the same. There wasn't anything important about the world or magic that was introduced. Pretty much nothing from this episode ever gets brought up again except for one passing remark in a couple episodes. Maybe some development for Ruby and Sapphire, but we see so little of them that it almost feels wasted. And memberships are turned on YouTube now, but you won't really get anything from that. Just a different color name in the comments. If you want to see new videos from me a week before they premiere on YouTube, you can subscribe to my Patreon for just a couple bucks. The link is in the description as always. Biggest shout out goes to my Grandmaster patron, Scala LD. Grandmaster of total absolute silence. And shout out to my master patron, Geeky Game Guru. Master of 3 elements. The first 3, hydrogen, helium, and lithium. Also, shoutouts to my journeyman patrons, Henri Wickers, Bananas Are Violet, Boomblorp, Dr. Moon, Gage M, Horsey Jumper, JK Gamer 2146, Marsh, Max Buchek, Murky Water 6, Netabag, Sam Bishop, Silly Alien Lady, The Cloaked Goat, The Motel Has a Shed, The One True Fusion, Yotawo, and ZT the Fish Guy. Next episode is Onion Friend. Probably the least terrible Onion episode. It's still an Onion episode.